guys, Dark Luminary here, your free Valorant coach. 12 things that I want you to warm up with or practice while you're waiting between your games. First, let's talk about flicking, okay? Flicking is not a good thing for you to be learning, okay? I'm gonna be honest, flicking is not that good. The reason why it's bad is because it's not consistent. If every single time you could just flick to the next person's head and just like flick, then that'd be awesome, but you're not a robot, okay? You're a human. You cannot flick to everybody. It's good to practice it, it's good to learn it, but even pros miss their flicks, okay? Moving on, let's get into the best 3 flicking mechanics or things that I've trained with. First, we're gonna have hard bots with Sheriff, okay? So we're gonna grab a Sheriff, okay? You just press your B button by a Sheriff, and then we're going to go into the hard bots, okay? I'm gonna start it, and the whole point is just flicking to their heads, okay? These guys are incredibly fast for me, at least. So it's kind of hard to see them. And like, you know, you're literally just flicking to their heads, okay? I like to do a timing thing where I press one key and then I tap left. It's like, I don't know, it's how I move. It's like a timing thing. Okay, and obviously I'm not hitting like crazy shots. Yeah, I didn't do great. 10 out of 30 is decent, I guess. You want to hit 10 or more. Anything like that is perfect. Even if you're bad at it, it's okay. That's the hardest one on this list. Let's go to this best one on this list, or my personal favorite, because I taught it myself. First, you pick Phoenix, okay? You're going to flash. You're going to look away from your flash, then you're going to flick back, okay? Okay, and the whole point, you're just trying to get as fast as possible. Okay, if we flash ourselves, I want you to start walking, press A or D, okay, A or D, and I want you, the moment you get unflashed, I want you to start tracking, okay? This is going to be a mix of tracking. I know it's not flicking, but specifically I want you to start doing this because then you're going to get better at it flashing yourself in game. You'll know exactly what to do and it won't bother you, okay? But, you know, we're specifically trying to work on those flicks. And if we track, there you go. Watch your eyes! You can also do this with a solo, so if we just load up 50, okay, and we just go start, and we just wait for that guy to spawn. Watch your eyes. This way, we have a certain one target that we have to flick to, okay? And the whole point, you're basically just trying to make it simulate as if you were flashing something, okay? And trying to peek out to where they were, okay? Obviously, I'm not hitting crazy shots, but you know, we can do the same thing here. Yeah. Flicking, not very good, not something that you should be learning, but you know, the whole thing that we're trying to simulate is this. And if we get, there we go. But yeah, let's move on to my favorite type though, which is gonna be, it's called double flicking in my opinion. You could call it double or cluster flicking, okay? First, you're just going to be looking at, let's pretend like these two guys are my enemies, okay? I'm going to start at one guy, and then I'm going to kill him. I'm gonna flick over, and I'm gonna kill this guy, okay? And I'll do it again with these guys. Let's get somebody a little bit farther apart. These guys, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wrong one. Or I missed. Okay, and the reason why I like to call it cluster is simply because you get clusters of these guys, okay? This is a great example, right? You know, and so sometimes you just want to go through all of them. And if you have the ability to do that, that's awesome. This is going to be a little bit... I like to call it flicking. I know it's kind of like micro, if anything, but because you're trying to jolt your cursor so fast, and the truth is, what you're really trying to do is make it so you can flick as hard as possible, as fast as you can, right? Because I can only flick so fast and so hard at the same time, but the better you get at it, right, the better it is for you. And also, this also helps with that target recognition thing, where, okay, if I'm trying to go this guy to this guy, okay, and I shoot this guy, and I'm on this guy, and I accept that by shooting him, then that's going to help me land my harder shots, okay, whenever the people are far apart. Okay, but the closer they are, the faster I want these flicks to be. Okay, the farther apart they are, the slower I want them to be. And once you get really good at it, let's pretend like you're just top 100 in the world. Once you get really good at it, I'm fine with you just going absolutely ballistic and, you know, doing whatever you can, okay? That's fine, but right now we do it this way. We'll go into micros though, okay? That was all for flicking. Let's get into micros. First, we're gonna go easy bots. You have to sit right here to do easy on this little pad, okay? Because once you leave that pad, then you don't get the option to change it, so you have to do it there. Next, you're gonna do this, Here you're gonna zoom in, click start, and now you're just going to be aiming for these training bots, okay? Now you can see that 2 of them spawned, but I only saw, or 1 of them spawned, I only saw 1 of them, so that kind of sucks, but, you know, it's really scuffed, I understand that, but we kind of gotta do what we gotta do. And this is going to help with your micros, just with really far fights, and yeah, that's just kind of what you need to do. Oh my gosh, I missed. Yeah, that's fine. And that's why it's so scuffed, because you have to do it on, like, this little area right here. You can instead jump on top of this and do it. This is, like, a better, a little bit harder version, or you can stand on top of that and do it. Or if you really want an easy version, you could just stand here, okay, and just do it like this. But that's okay. Well, we'll move on to the next one, which is just going to be 100 bots, okay? Where you just go to 100 bots, and the whole goal isn't to flick as fast as possible to them. We'll take this guy, okay? If we start here and we flick all the way to him, okay, then we're going to have to micro and adjust to his head, okay? Exactly like this. Okay, micro adjust, micro adjust, micro adjust, micro adjust, micro adjust. Now, a lot of this is like finding where the person is, and like this alone is just good practice, like moving around and doing it like this. But this will help you like with your flicks and your micros. You know, that's kind of all that matters. Next, we're gonna do the Sage wall. Okay, so I like to go F2, click Sage. Where's she at? Okay, and I like to wall as close to this thing as possible and as far as possible. Okay, I like to do this. Also, whenever you wall up against this wall, make sure that you're not under this thing or the wall will break. Okay, so just stand a little bit farther away from it. This way, this reason why I like this though as for micro is specifically because now their heads are all on like this different areas. You see this guy's down below, this guy's a little bit in the middle, this guy's more to the top. Okay, and this is going to make our micros for not only just left and right, because you aren't always microing left and right. Sometimes we have to micro adjust, or maybe we have to kill somebody who's crouching down, you know? And this way we can kill somebody, or we can have better adjustment plans whenever we have to kill somebody from down under, you know? That sounds like I'm killing somebody in Australia. I'm not killing somebody in Australia. Down under. Okay. Also, I like this one more than Jet, specifically because I don't know, I like Jet. Jet's cool, but it's so hard to actually get into those areas, okay? We spawn in, I use all my jumps, okay? Let me just spam it real quick. Oh, I missed again. Hold on, we gotta actually try it. Okay. And now look, I have like no area. Like what? I can't move under here, I have to crouch. I can't even crouch under. Okay? Okay, now I'm just gonna mess them all up from here. Oh, I can't shoot because this thing's in the way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Also, just not like... No. I stand by what I'm saying. I do know. I don't like Jet whenever we're doing stuff like that. You could do Jet over here. I agree. I've thought about the other areas. Holy God. I can't, dude. I can't. This is my exact reason, and I just proved it to myself. Okay. I don't need to say nothing else. But we are going to show you guys one little really cool thing. Okay, first you click deadlock. Okay. This is a little glitch, so I'm not sure if it's going to be patched yet. But you should try it out so then you can see if you can. First, we're gonna shoot the little practice box. We're gonna ult. And a lot of people do know this, and we are waiting for that little body that we got to just get over here. Pass this line. Alright, pass the line. Oh man, I killed it. So first we're going to click the practice button. We're going to ult. And a little bit farther away isn't bad. We're just waiting for it to crest this line, okay? Now cross, we click this, he falls down, that waits. Okay, and once you see this, you should know it's fine. And then once he's here, you should know he's fine too. Okay, this is just a good, easy way for you to get your micros in, you know? Goodness gracious. And just an easy way for you to, I don't know, do whatever you want. This is like just a little bonus tip, okay? How about that? That's what we'll call it, okay? Moving on to tracking and movement, we're going to just very basic, okay? It's very easy. We are just tracking, okay? You're just moving left and right, all right? And then whenever you feel the need to, you feel like you can stop and shoot, that's awesome. I wouldn't turn on strafing for this one. Me personally, I think that strafing is not great for this. We gotta start practicing. Okay, I think that strafing is a lot, or I think that bot strafing, that's why I turned it off. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like that's not great for this, but you know, we're chilling. We're just strafing. That's literally all it is. The other one that you can do is going to be it's almost like flick then track. Okay, so first it's going to be a shot, and then I'm tracking, and as I track, I'm going to be, you know, I'm just waiting to shoot him. I'm waiting to dead zone, stop moving, and then shoot him. Okay, so it's flick, track. Oh, I missed. Flick, track, dead zone. Flick, track, dead zone. Flick, track, dead zone. Okay, okay. You know what? My aim's not good. All right, I said it. Yeah, I admit it. I admit it. Flick track. That's all it is. Okay, chill out. Stop yelling at me. All right, and then this one, it's a little bit different. You do have to go back into the 15 eliminations or 100 or whatever. You're just going to get a guy. Okay, you're just going to get a guy over here. Okay, and all you're going to be doing is you're putting your crosshair on him, and you're just going to be tracking him for a very long time. Okay, you're just going to be doing this. You're going to get closer to him. You're going to press some A and D for the most part. Okay, but every once in a while you can press S, try to back up a little bit from him. And you're just tracking. And once you feel like you've done that for long enough on that bot, like we'll say like what, 20 seconds or something, or 30, then you can move on to the next one. This is simply we're just learning how to track. And the longer you do it for, the harder it becomes. And if your sensitivity can't keep up with it, that's okay. We can always get a little bit farther away. But you know. And that's kind of that. That's kind of all that I have for you for tracking and movement. We'll get into an honorable mention though, which is just going to be strafing practice. Okay, I know I talked about strafing. You click the little button. Hey, you click practice. Let's see if we get a guy that's strafing. All right, this guy. Okay, this is our friend. Okay, all we're going to be doing is tracking him with our cursor. Okay, or crosshair. There's no point in us not doing this. Like we have all the time. We could watch a video in the background. He got caught on somebody. We could put some music on, and all we have to do is just do this, because now we're going to get better at tracking in Valorant, because the more you do something, the better you get at it. This is an honorable mention specifically because you can just track, and you can also get better at shooting whenever they stop moving, you know. So whenever they stop moving, like right now, I can shoot them, and then, you know, that's kind of that. My strafe button is broke right now, so for some reason only one of these guys actually strafe, sadly. But we'll move on to the next one. Okay, for the number 4 thing is going to be mechanics. Okay, one, we'll talk about that sage wall again, huh? I love sage wall. Rah. This is going to be a dead zone mechanic. Okay, you're just gonna wall right in front of there, and all you're doing is you're just going to jiggle peek this. Okay, jiggle peek with your crosshair. Okay, jiggle peek, 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 shoot. And every single time I peek, I'm shooting. Okay, every single time, because I need to get that shooting error really good. Okay, and I need to make sure that's perfect. And even if it's not perfect, I need to make sure that at least I'm shooting on those peaks, right? And I'm hitting people. Okay, and I'm readjusting my crosshair. Okay, oh, see somebody. Okay, and if I let's just pretend this guy's not here. Let's just pretend this guy's not here for right now. If I peek and nobody's here, we're gonna trade it over to the other side. Okay. Goodness gracious. Now the whole thing that we're trying to do is specifically we're just jiggle peeking. We're also trying to dead zone. Okay. And these combined, whenever we track the person's head behind the wall. Okay, you see, I'm not actually moving my mouse. My hand is not on my mouse, okay? Whenever we do this, we have the person's position. I mean, it's very easy to just click your shoot button, right? And that's why it's so cool, because it literally just makes your life really easy to just be able to do that, all right? Also, another thing that a lot of people don't talk about is the fact that you can shoot through a lot of these walls, okay? So I definitely killed somebody. No, I didn't. Yeah, there we go. I killed somebody. And I'm not saying that like that's the best thing, but if you know where somebody's head is, I totally killed somebody. If you know where somebody's head is, then it's very easy for you to just wallbang them. You know, I actually got a really decent pick like that, so I think that it's definitely something that you should start doing. Next, we're gonna talk about something else. It's just gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a little bit different. This one is going to be almost exactly what we did talk about, but different. Okay. So first off, what we're doing here is we're flashing and then we're wide peeking. Okay, the reason why is specifically because I need us we need to be wide peeking. You guys do not wide peek enough, and it definitely shows, okay? Wide peeking is specifically where you play a little bit farther away from, or you play really close or a decent amount away from the angle, and you peek out and you just track whatever target you're trying to shoot at or whatever for as long as you can. And then whenever you either get shot at, so you're slowed, or whenever you just feel like it, they stop moving or something, and your crosshair's just on them, then you shoot. Okay, those are kind of the two options. And the reason why we are putting it in our flash is specifically because I need you guys to start doing your flashes. Use that util, okay, and now you can do a wide peek. All right, and this is going to get you better at just overall aiming, but also just using your util. Okay, maybe I want to pick breach because I really like breach, right? And I just play breach, okay? Alright, now every time that I peek, I have to flash out, okay? I don't care if it hits anybody, but now I flash, or I peek, okay? Alright, let's play back, flashes, that's chill. Oh, I didn't wide swing or track on that one, that was on me. Okay, now we're good, we're tracking, Didn't track well enough, obviously. And you can do it from the other side, too. Alright, so. Goodness gracious, my crosshair is not good. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. You can also make this into one of these, so then you have one target that you're focused on, so you flash out and you can focus on that guy. I like doing this a lot more because then, I can focus on one target at a time instead of having to think, okay, who's my next target? Goodness gracious, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm not locked in. And then we talk about spray control. Okay, so first we're just going to go over, you need to get the feeling of spray control. You could probably do this like 5 to 10 times and then call it good, but you just need to get used to the feeling of it, okay? So first we're going to start with understanding spray control, okay? So first we're going to start here, okay? And we're just holding down and we're just trying to control that into the inner circle, okay? If anything leaks out, then we're not doing a great job at it, okay? We can even move it around, okay? You see I'm moving it around as much as possible, trying to fill up the top and bottom. Okay, and we're just trying to do that, right? We're just trying to basically paint this circle with our spraying, okay? And then we can also work on, okay, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, okay? And that's a good amount of hits, all right? So we can do this with the Vandal. We need to learn both of them. Okay, Vandal's a little bit harder. Okay, we'll try to just cover this up. Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. Alright, so obviously Phantom's way better at spraying. You can also do this like the Spectre or something. I don't think you should. I think it would be really important to learn these two and maybe like, I don't know, your third favorite gun or something. But everything else after that just doesn't seem like a point. And after that, you can learn spray control by using the hard bots, or medium. Not the hard, I like the medium one. Okay, you go medium, okay, we'll pick like a Phantom or something. We click start, and you can really only do Phantom with this one. Vandal just doesn't kill fast enough. You're basically aiming for their head, but you're gonna start, the moment you see them, you're gonna start shooting, and then the moment you aim, you're going to be aiming a little bit down, because you're trying to kill them, right? And then hopefully you land all your headshots whenever you're spraying, because that's kind of the whole point of spraying, is almost just to kill the person as fast as possible, And obviously, this isn't like perfect. You're not really supposed to be moving around a lot. You're just kind of standing in one area. Okay, and obviously, like, you can kill them really fast. Like, it's just almost just a regular range thing, but, it's spray control. That's literally all you're doing, okay? You could also do this for easy bots if you want a better spray control. The only thing is, like, you can only do so much. These guys have only so much health. Join my free Valorant coaching. Okay, so I have a Discord. It's in the link, the description. Go check that out. Comment whatever you think I should put in the next video, what you think I should do. If you enjoyed it, I don't give a crap. Get out of here. I'm out. Dark Luminary, bye.